I've followed Red Hat for many years, and obviously when I think Red Hat, I think open source, I think open as a philosophy. Now I know that you are a key committer, very involved with Apache Camel, and I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about that, about your role and about Camel itself, how it fits with Red Hat in the stack.
If you take a look at the Agile integration stack,
Yes.
with the three pillars, you have distributed integrations, you have containers and APIs. Then Camel's main area is within the first pillar, distributed integration.
Okay. What makes Camel special? Obviously, it's been around for, what, 10 years? So
yes,
that's a success story in software.
Absolutely. So what makes Camel special is that, with the premise of distributed integration, that developers need to build integration where it's needed, rather than trying to centralize it, which using sort of like an hub and spoke as less ESB architecture.
Right.
So that is possible with Camel because Camel is a very lightweight integration framework that has a very low footprint that allows you to run and use Camel anywhere.
Okay, so it's not resource intensive. You can put it in different places?
Absolutely. So people can use it on-premise or on the cloud using containers, and it's very lightweight. So yes, Apache Camel is probably the most popular integration library or framework on the market today. Okay. It's very successful, but not it's not dominating one industry over the others. So it's very generic. So you can use it in healthcare, in finance, in automotive. Space, anything, retailers, for example, and many retailers are using it. So,
how do you see open source communities like Apache Camel contributing to innovation?
Oh, I see that is a key factor for open source communities, that they're driving innovation in a much faster way than we've seen ever before. So when Camel was created over 10 years ago, open source was not sort of like ubiquitous as it is today. Right. It wasn't sort of like a first choice back then, so there was more pushback around that one, and we were sort of like competing against the big vendors with their proprietary integration products. But because we were a community-driven and an open society, we were able to sort of attract people from the community to help innovate and contribute their time. Okay. And custom creation to the project. And that's the key factor of open source communities, is that people can actually, if they have the interest of heart, they can be engaged in those communities and be part of it. Mm-hmm. And especially around the Apache Software Foundation, is very important in the fact that it's a vendor neutral foundation, so people have more trust into Apache. It's not like a single vendor that has control of everything. Right. So people are more willing to go to a community like Apache or Eclipse or some other ones and help those communities. If you show the skills and you do the effort to become a committer, anyone can become a committer. It's not like there's a gated community per se, and that is, I say, a key factor of innovation as well, because we get new minds into the game, and that's why you can say Camel year over year has been growing and being able to compete against, let's say, huge budgets from big vendors because of the open source, open way there. What is so great about Camel is that, as being an integration library, there are, comes out of the box with 200 or so connectors for many different IT systems, mm-hmm. legacy systems and new systems and cloud providers and so on. So you have the broad spectrum for everything. And the reason for that is because it's very easy or fairly easy to build your own connectors. Okay. So that is what we see. So if chances are that you are integrating some system and there's not a out-of-the-box connector that works for that, you could build your own.
You build it and then contribute it.
Yes, that's what we're doing. And people are very, as I said, people are very willing to do that when it's the Apache Software Foundation that's contributing to it, because it's a trusted entity and so on.
So obviously you're passionate about Camel. You've been working on it for a long time. What are your customers doing? Can you give me any examples of how Red Hat customers are using Camel for integration?
Yes, so we do have customers using Camel in both worlds, so to speak, and I'm talking about greenfield projects versus brownfield. So you can say in more traditional enterprise integration products, using a brownfield approach, we see that there's a need for that because any enterprises of today have a large set of different IT systems.
Sure.
And some of those will
You have a
classify
legacy, right?
legacy, yes. And that is actually where Camel, excels, because we have, a long project and we have many different legacy connectors. So that is where we see huge uses for Camel. But on the flip side, we also see, customers that want to, build modern integration style applications based on microservice and, cloud native and containers and all that what you have. So that is also possible. And the reason is, Camel is this lightweight integration framework that you can run anywhere. So we see a huge benefit of that because your staff, our customers, staff, engineers, and so on, they are able to work on both kind of products, and also.
So the skills are transferable?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And that's, but it's not typically either or. So we don't have let's say, a company that only do greenfield and another one only doing brownfield. So it's usually a combination of both, and that's where you can sort of sometimes also make these transitional integration styles where you do some brownfield that sort of connect to a legacy system, and then have some greenfields for the new modern thing, and they can still integrate together.
Okay. So if you're building a greenfield solution, and you still need to get data from your existing system,
Yes.
Apache Camel is a good way to connect.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if people are looking for tools for integration, where can they get more information about Camel, how to get started?
Well, I have to point people in the direction of the official Camel website you can find on Apache. It has information how to get started, and we'll find out more information. And we do also have a collection of let's say third-party blogs and articles and videos and so on. So there's a huge.
But if I want one source, where am I going to get it?
Great question, Adrian. So it just happened to be that I have been a little busy writing a book. So this is my new book, Camel in Action, second edition.
Excellent.
And I will say.
Now?
So Camel is easy. If you want to learn Camel, just go and buy this book and read the 800 or so pages, and you're off to go.
Yeah. Let's hold it up this way, because this way is scary. This way looks good.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, thank you.
You're
This is
welcome.
good.